Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my first vlog. We are starting this morning's vlog, running a little bit late this morning. I have to be at work in less than 10 minutes, and so I'm just grabbing a real quick breakfast. Gonna eat that up real quick, get my coat on, and go to work. I don't plan on filming anything at work, of course. I don't want to quite reveal where I work yet. So I will see you guys at lunchtime. See you then. All right, a few hours later, it's now noon. I'm home for lunch, and I'm thinking what we're gonna do today. I got some Buffalo Wild Wings over the weekend, and have quite a bit of leftovers. So I was thinking, why don't we just air fry this stuff for a couple of minutes, like I like to do when I have leftover V-Ducks, and just enjoy it. So yeah, we're gonna do that now. All right, got my food all baked, and we're watching YouTube, watching the Shaytards. I love watching YouTube on my TV. It's an absolute game changer. Changes everything. I like having it on a big screen rather than just like a little smartphone or a little laptop. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. All right, several hours later, I am done with work for the day. We now find ourselves in the parking lot of the local Family Fare. Family Fare is a grocery store chain that's, I'm not sure if it's just around North Dakota or if it's around the upper Midwest in general, but nonetheless, there's loads of them here. I mean, I was expecting it to be busier, but also it ain't quiet either. This grocery store is normally a whole lot quieter than this. So yeah, we'll kind of see how that affects traffic in there, you know. I don't really like grocery shopping, despite what I said about I like running errands in my intro video earlier. Grocery shopping is not one of those errands I necessarily really love, but I do need to pick up some essentials. I need to pick up a couple more gallons of milk. I need to pick up some pizzas and some macaroni and cheese, and if I think of anything else, I'll pick that stuff up too, but that's mainly what I'm after. So wish me luck, especially on the milk and like the pizza and stuff. I've got a couple of these. This is some amazing macaroni and cheese, by the way, so I highly recommend it. And we're looking for 1%. Here we are. Some eighth. Got another one. Measure. Some eighth. Alrighty, groceries acquired. Ended up getting 3 pieces as well. Yeah, so we got macaroni and cheese, milk, and pizza. And now we are back to the car. Just gotta load her up, take her home, put her all away, and then we can relax for a little bit, and then we're gonna make some dinner. I completely forgot to talk about it, but the reason I was getting all these groceries, and it's not like it was a whole lot, but I got some essential items, is because we are going to be getting a lot of snow tomorrow. I just had something tip over. We're going to be getting our first major snow system of the season, which for North Dakota, for it being almost Thanksgiving and not getting any snow yet, I mean, that's quite impressive. So, you know, I'm happy that we at least had a little bit of a fall.
You know, because typically our first snow comes in like October, and you know it's all miserable and crap. So, you know, the way it stands, quite pleased that, you know, the snow is waited till now. You know, it's just the first snow is always just a pain in the tuchus. So it's all right. Take care of these things. We'll deal with the 4 inches of snow we're forecasted to get tomorrow, and just put a smile on our face.
All right, we're home. Got the groceries put away, but it's now time to tackle something else. See that mess on that counter behind me? Yeah, I don't like it, but it seems like it happens quite frequently. So I'm now going to take a few minutes to clean that up to the best of my ability. Whether it's piling like the office papers upstairs or something else, we're gonna find a way to get this cleaned up. And just like that, she is looking much, much better. I can actually use my counters again. I mean, it ain't perfect, but it'll suffice. And on the dinner menu tonight, Eggo chocolate chip waffles. Yes, now and then I like to do breakfast for dinner. Tonight is because I'm just having a random little craving for it. So yeah, I'll have a waffle or two on here. Put some syrup on here. Doing this one-handed is a lot more difficult than one would think. Oh, I need to clean this bad. This is embarrassing. All right, dinner is served, and you guessed it, more YouTube. This time, watching the one, the only legend, Greg's World. Watching his latest video here. Super excited for this one. Apparently their first day of Thanksgiving break in this video. Well, I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to show you guys without revealing where I live. In fact, my camera's not even kind of focusing properly. But it's raining out there, and this rain is supposed to turn into snow here in just an hour or two. It's about 11:30 at night, so this will be my last clip for today. Overall, good first day vlogging, you know? I think I got like 6 minutes worth of footage. I can't wait to see where this goes. You know, I don't know how long this vlog's gonna be, but I plan on going with this vlog Monday through Sunday. Lots gonna happen this week. You know, we're just getting started, so stick with me. It's gonna be a fun week. See you tomorrow. Okay, it actually literally just started snowing. I mean, you can't really see it very well, and I'm not gonna be pointing my camera out that window too much, but it is snowing now. So, yep, it's starting. All right, see you guys later. Well, happy Tuesday. Yep, she snowed pretty good. We're not even done yet. Like, the snow is still flying yet. I mean, I'm supposed to take that car into work there, too. I'm gonna eat a banana real quick, literally, because it's just end of pinch breakfast, because I have, like, 35-ish minutes to get this all done, and then I'm gonna get out there and shovel the snow. Yay! All right, haven't opened my garage door yet. Let's see how this looks. Well, there's a little bit of a lip there, but I mean, there's a little bit of a lip there. I'll repeat myself since I'm not sure if you heard me over the garage door opener, but I mean, it's not. I mean, it's my first one, so I guess I don't know what it's like, but it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Alrighty, I'm gonna take my handy dandy snow pusher and I'm gonna push it out of the way and get that party started. Well, if you can't tell from my awesome hair, I have spent plenty of time wearing a beanie out in this Snow. It's about 1 o'clock and it's still snowing, but according to the weather forecast, it's actually supposed to wind down next couple of hours, which is good. But I think it's actually supposed to snow again later this week, so that sucks. That might put a wrench in our Thanksgiving plans. We had some prior Thanksgiving plans with some family that were supposed to be coming into town. It's supposed to snow in like Minnesota and Wisconsin, um, where they're driving through tomorrow when they were supposed to be coming. So I'm thinking that's not gonna happen anymore. It's my grandpa, my uncle from Rockford, Illinois, and so yeah, I don't think they're coming anymore. But you never know, I guess. But I mean, it's pretty treacherous out there right now. Anyways, I think for lunch today, I'm just gonna have one of these microwavable mac and cheese cups. I don't normally do the Velveeta. Um, Velveeta, it's good. It's not my favorite though, but one of my colleagues gave this to me because he is a mac and cheese junkie and he just forgot about these. They expired quite a while ago, so I got to get through these final two, and then we'll be back to using the Cracker Barrel stuff. Yeah, you can't tell I love the Cracker Barrel mac and cheese. So, and then I'll probably have, I don't know what else I'll have, because obviously a mac and cheese cup's not going to suffice for a whole lunch. I think maybe we'll grab one of these Lunchables out, or maybe some of the summer sausage that I have pre-cut up. I have no idea. We'll figure something out though. So I'll update you along the way. Well, I neglected to film it, but I ended up eating a little Lunchable here. Like, no little Lunchable pepperoni pizzas. They honestly don't taste that good, but I gotta get through them. So I thought it'd be all nostalgic and like try something from my early elementary days, but yeah, these aren't great. But still, it's better than nothing. With my like 10-ish minutes I have left on my lunch break, I'm gonna try to actually find something else, like just something like a little small, that I can eat, just something light, and then yeah, I'll go back to work and I'll see you guys when I get off in like just a little under 4 hours. All right, back home. Had quite the eventful day at work, obviously with it being a snow day, you know, loads to do. Yeah, I work in the automotive industry, and so you can imagine, you know, snow and cars, perfect combination, right? So yeah, I actually was the butthole of society tonight. I ordered a pizza to have it delivered because I'm just not feeling like preparing anything right now. I've had a long couple of days. So we're having something delivered. And so that just means I just have to kind of clean up my remnants from lunch because I typically just leave my stuff from lunch out, you know, because it's not that big of a deal, you know. No one else lives here, of course, and you know, so I think I'll just clean up when I get home. So I'm gonna do that and then sit on the couch. Greg uploaded a new video, so we'll be watching that. So join me. All right, I failed to document it, but the Domino's arrived. Got the Parmesan stuffed crust pepperoni pizza and the Parmesan bites. This meal, just something about it. I just love it. I know, like, there's a lot of people out there who trash on Domino's, but I love this pizza. Oh boy. And we're watching more Greg, even beyond just the video that was uploaded today, going back to some older ones. So that's what I've been up to. Alrighty, quite a bit of time has passed now. We are watching even more Greg's World, and we are actually writing listener feedback for his podcast at this time. He has a podcast that I follow all the time. It is called Extra Pieces. It's exclusive to his Patreon, but I like listening to it every week. I typically try to listen to it in the car, so like my hometown, which I go to every weekend typically, it's about an hour away from here, and so on those Sunday nights when I'm driving back, I like to listen to the podcast, and then I typically don't get the listener feedback right away because obviously like when I get home, I'm trying to unpack and everything. So it's about 48 hours later, but how I do is I typically just type it in here in the Word document and I just cut and paste it into Patreon, and it just makes it easy because that way I can like spell check and grammar check and all that stuff on here. And that's where I'm going to wrap up filming for tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, happy Wednesday. It is not Wednesday morning. It is actually 1:05 in the afternoon. I'm on lunch break. Failed to film anything this morning, but that's all right. My morning before going to work isn't ever really that interesting anyways. But anyways, I'm back home from lunch now, and I think we're just gonna bake some leftovers. Have a couple of slices of pizza, have some of those Parmesan bites, I love Domino's. All right, Wednesday evening, day before Thanksgiving, done with work. And we're slowly but surely getting packed to get ready to make the hour drive back to the hometown for Thanksgiving. I'll be there most of the day tomorrow. And then tomorrow night I gotta drive back here because I gotta work on Friday, and then I'm off for the weekend. It's kind of a weird pattern. Roads are still good as of right now, so I'm gonna try to skedaddle out of here as soon as I can, but I do have to make a pit stop on my aunt's beforehand to pick up something from my mom that she needs for tomorrow. So yeah, join me, shall you? Already it's 6:14. Leaving a little later than I wanted to, but I think the road conditions will still be okay. Like I said before, we gotta stop at my aunt's house before we actually get there. But we're on our way. So yeah, wish me luck. All right. Flash forward many hours later. I'm back in my old home, in my old bedroom here. I'm here all the time. I always joke around with people that I live in two places actually. You know, over where I actually, kind of live during the week when I'm working, and then where I am when I'm off, which is here. And you'll see that quite a bit in these vlogs too. Yep, was able to reunite with my grandpa, my Uncle Paul. They, I guess the roads were actually decent, which I wasn't really expecting considering they got a crap ton of snow over there in Minnesota, but I'm thinking they may have waited until later in the morning to leave because they got it at like 7-ish p.m. So I don't know. But yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up for my Wednesday. It's super late, so I'm just gonna do a couple of little extra things and then go to bed. For Thanksgiving, I don't think I'm gonna film too much. It's just time I want to spend with my family, and I don't really want to expose my family to this yet. They don't even know I'm doing this yet. But I'll summarize the day tomorrow, I think, and I'll film what I can, but just be forewarned, I'm not gonna be filming a whole lot. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. All right, good morning. It's Thanksgiving. Like I said last night, I'm not gonna film really a whole lot of today. But I'll make sure I get on here. I gotta tell you guys how it went. I haven't really gotten ready yet, so my hair looks awesome like this. So yeah, I hope whoever you are watching this, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And yeah, on the Christmas season. All right, Thanksgiving Day has come and pretty much gone. Um, it's like 12 hours later. It's 9:21. We're back in this house now. One little tidbit. If you remember last night when I was saying wish me luck on the driving, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in last night's clip or not. If I did, I'll be repeating myself here. But I drove through an intense amount of fog for about half of the drive, half-ish. Well, tonight, pretty much the same thing, but it was a lot more of the drive. It was almost like 3/4 of the drive. Like, it was ridiculous. I mean, and I'll just show you too. I thought it was just fog, but actually, it also just so happened to be some snow flurries. We got the car that I had sitting at the other house. I have too many cars to keep here in my little townhome community. But yeah, I mean, and a lot of the snow it is starting to kind of melt off, which is weird because it's like 10 degrees out. But like you can see even on like the mirrors. Yeah, so we're home, we're safe, but that was intense and I feel bad for my poor crown. Oh man. I am so sorry, buddy. I am so sorry. Anywho, so I got my bags all here, unloaded out of the car. I'll unload like the cold stuff and whatnot, and then I think I may have a little snacky snack of some sort. I do have a little bit of the leftovers left from Domino's, so maybe I'll heat some of that up. But it is 9:30 at night. I'm hungry because we had our Thanksgiving meal at a weird time today, which, by the way, Thanksgiving went amazing today. It was so great to see my grandpa and my uncle, who live in Illinois, and so I don't get to see them very often. I'm gonna try to make it to see them again before they leave. They're probably gonna leave on Saturday. But come to find out, we're supposed to get even more snow than we got on Tuesday. Yeah, we're supposed to have another 4 days of snowfall. I think right now in Bismarck we're slated to get like 3-ish more inches. Luckily this time it'll be like a fluffy snow. It won't be like a hard, wet snow. So it'll be a lot easier to shovel, which that's the other thing too. I noticed that all my neighbors' driveways were completely clear, but my driveway, because I didn't shovel it properly, because I've never had a clue how to shovel a driveway, ice everywhere. I mean, it wasn't just like a giant sheet of ice, but there were ice mounds all over the place. And so I obviously didn't do it justice. So yeah. Just watch football with Grandpa and my Uncle Paul. They aren't really sports people. I mean, my uncle is a little bit, but Grandpa not really. Yeah, it was just good to enjoy some family, you know. This is the first time I had seen my grandpa ever since my grandma passed away this summer, you know. So it was good to see him again, and he seems like he's in good spirits about everything, which is good. We didn't obviously talk about her death too much. We were just talking about things she made, you know, for Thanksgiving and things like that. But it was a nice time with them, you know. And man, it's sad to even think that I used to not think this way, but you know, family's everything, you know. A lot of people my age are like, family, whatever. But like, no, like family's like the foundation of everything in your life, you know, and they're so important. So it was good to see family I don't see very often again. And yeah, hopefully I see them again tomorrow night or Saturday morning before they try to leave. But I don't know what's going to happen with the snow system tomorrow. So we'll see. But I do have to work tomorrow. That's why I came back here. So yeah, we shall see. I don't really plan on filming anything else tonight. Just gonna have a snack. We'll unpack and then shower and go to bed. So again, I'm sorry I didn't film anything today for Thanksgiving. It's just, I don't really want to expose my family too much to this. And, I'm assuming they don't really want to be on camera. So we're just kind of solo birding it when it comes to this kind of stuff. But it was a good day, and I feel really good about it. So, yeah. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Happy Wednesday. And it's actually lunchtime. I was actually quite late this morning going into work. But nothing really interesting happens in my mornings before work anyways, so there's not really a need to film that stuff anyways. But yeah, I'm back home from lunch, and in the gift that keeps on giving, more Domino's pizza. This is the last of it. I pretty much worked through all of the Parmesan bites already. I ate the last of those last night. And now this is the last of the pizza, but yeah. Leftovers, they're a miracle. Then I'll probably have something else a little smaller if I'm still not feeling full after this, because 2 slices of pizza ain't a lot for this guy. So, yep, and the snow is starting to fly again, which sucks, but what you gonna do about it, Can't leave North Dakota now, though I wish I could. So yeah, bring on the snow.
All right, I just got back home from work, and yeah, it snowed like the dickens. I wasn't actually expecting this much snow to fall, but lo and behold, it did. I'm covering up my company's logo with the hand there. That's what I'm doing there. But yeah, luckily this is like soft snow, so I'm gonna take the leaf blower real quick, and I'm gonna blow the part of the driveway that's not parked here with the car. That's not, the side where the car's not parked, and then I'll move the car over to the other side. So, yay! I love snow. Yep. So here's what I have to leaf blow. It's starting to kind of drift up by where the garage is. So yeah, we're gonna take the blower, blow some of this, then we'll move the car to the other side. We'll blow underneath the car. I just had the most interesting few minutes I've had in a long while. Hang on, let me kind of clear out the lines. In fact, let me just flip cameras and tell you the story. So I was planning on making smash burgers tonight, and I had done this before. So I heated up the heat, the little cooktop thingies, and got the pans heated up. I had set it, it said medium high heat, so I'd set this one to like a 7.5, and I set this one to like this one right in the middle here, because I set the dual element, so it's actually got like 2 of them. And everything seemed fine. I actually had the Greg's World Thanksgiving video going on in the background on the TV here. And then all of a sudden, like 4 minutes is left on the, 4 minutes was on one side of the burger, and I go to flip it. All of a sudden, all this smoke starts rising up. And I'm like, it's all the steam. I don't remember it traveling all that far throughout the house. And it kind of smells. And I wasn't adding it up. And next thing you know, every smoke alarm in my house was going off. First, it was, of course, that one right there. And then, if you go up the stairs, there's another one right here. Then I'm assuming, I heard like 5 of them, so I'm assuming it probably traveled into here to this one. And into here on this one in my office space. This is my guest bedroom. And then I'm assuming, I don't know, it smells all the way down here too. I have all the fans in all the bathrooms running. I think the master bathroom is safe because I had the door kind of closed. I mean, let me take a... We'll turn that on just in case, but that smells not smoky compared to the rest of the house. And I have a smoke detector in here. So the good news, good news out of all this is that we know that all of the smoke detectors work. It's just we tested them in the most unintentional way. Oh boy. You know, because I actually don't know what kind of batteries these smoke detectors even take. I can't ever figure out if they're like the 10-year batteries, you know, because this is pretty much a brand new house. Or if it's like just like a regular battery. But yeah, so smoke permeated throughout the house. I opened up the windows and the front doors. Keep in mind, it's like 10 degrees outside. It's freezing. So, instead of making a gourmet dinner, we are going to brave the elements and the icy roads and drive slow, and we're going to go to Culver's. Because I no longer have the energy to make dinner. And, you know, then I was talking, my dad and I, because I called him immediately. And he's like, you know, Samuel, it's not just the grease. But on closer investigation, I think I set this too high. Because look at how black the burger is. And it was kind of smoking from that one right there. So I'm thinking that that's the culprit. But, yep. There's my misadventure tonight. So I'm gonna run to Culver's. I'll see you guys when I get home. All right. Many hours have passed. I've just been kind of vegging out, relaxing, just recovering from the whole smoke situation earlier. Update on that, by the way, is the house doesn't really smell like smoke anymore, which is good. I thought it was gonna stick for a couple of days, which I wasn't thrilled about, but it seems to have gone away. I think I did all the ventilation tricks you're supposed to do, so that's good. But it is now 3 in the morning, and I need to take a shower yet and do all that jazz. So yeah, and I mean, I still haven't cleaned up like the pots and stuff that were involved in the grease smoke. I want to say grease fire, but there wasn't actually like a fire, so grease smoky situation. Yeah, I will never make that mistake again. I will make sure I turn the heat down next time on the burner. But this is what this phase of life is all about. It's figuring out how crap works. And I learned myself a real good lesson tonight. You know, when like all of your smoke detectors go off because you set your burner too high and the grease from that became super hot and caused smoke to permeate around the house. So yeah. So tomorrow, I think what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to go back to the hometown. Oh, another thing. My grandpa and my uncle ended up leaving, early in the morning. You know, Friday morning.
It's hard saying this morning when it's like this time because it's 3:10 in the morning, so it could technically be early in the morning now. Um, which it kind of is. I'm a bit of a night owl, especially on like weekend nights like this. Um, but yeah, they left at like 9 a.m. So, and I'm not sure how good a time they made, but just to try to get ahead of the snow, you know, because they have some other plans this upcoming week. Apparently, I guess they're going to Laughlin, which that's like a gambling town in Nevada. It's in kind of like the Vegas-ish area, maybe down by Havasu City, Arizona. I can't honestly remember where it is, but yeah. So that's gonna be it for my Friday, a day where I thought not a whole lot was gonna be filmed, but a day in which literally everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. So, yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. See what we get into. Good morning, or actually, good afternoon. It is 1:13 p.m. I pulled an unintentional late nighter last night, and so I'm having a bit of a delayed start to the day. Um, Good news though, the roads going to my hometown look drivable, according to like the North Dakota Department of Transportation cameras. So we're gonna make it. Just gotta make sure we get there before it gets super dark. Otherwise, obviously that's when crap happens. uh, I gotta remember to watch my mouth when I'm on camera here. I'm trying to make this as PG as possible. Um, yeah. So right now I filled up the pans that were a part of last night's smoke thing up with water. And we're gonna deep clean those and probably actually put them in the dishwasher. I know that's not great for them, but the dishwasher do a far better job than I ever could. Um, yep, and while those are kind of soaking, I'm gonna pack my stuff up, and then once I have all my stuff packed up, I'll tend to those, and we might scrub them a little bit before putting them in, but yeah, it's weird having a 1:15 p.m. start, but it's the way it goes sometimes. So yeah, join me for my weekend. And last but not least, socks. Yeah, I only need one set of clothes because I'm only spending one night over there. Um, but I have tons of more clothing coming back with me because all my dirty clothes from earlier, but this week before Thanksgiving are over there. So, yep, pack those, pack the blankets, pack the toiletries, and it's kind of what I do. Man, I tell you what, I am not the greatest at this. It's been about 12 hours since I filmed the last clip. It's obviously now late at night. I'm about ready to head upstairs and go to bed here. But I'm back in the old place again. Um, like I said, you're gonna see me here a lot. But I just wanted to come on here and apologize, not only to you guys, but to myself, um, for not really filming much. you know, it's frustrating, because I've wanted to do this for such a long time, but like I just can't get into that rhythm, you know. Just I'm not used to it yet, and this is the very first one, so I'm trying to go easy on myself, but I know that this isn't a natural talent that people just acquire, It takes time, takes effort, it takes experience. So I'm just trying to remember to have fun with what I'm doing because I really do. I really am enjoying this thus far. I haven't started the editing process on much of anything yet, like I had wanted to, but I'm gonna have to get into that if I want this to be released by December 7th. Is that the Sunday 1 week from tomorrow? I think so. Um, so that's in case you're wondering what all happened. Had to shovel the driveway. That took a long time and all that. And then I drove here, which the roads were actually relatively drivable. You know, there were some spots where I had to be a little more careful, just because snow was packed enough to where there was ice underneath. So you just gotta be careful of that. Other than that, no real problems. So then I got here, ate some food that mom had picked up from town, and just enjoyed the evening watching college football and hanging around. Um, don't really know what tomorrow's gonna entail. I think my dad and I are gonna maybe go to Menards. It's like a Midwest hardware store. Just to look for some more snow equipment for me because I've been struggling lately with that. Been struggling lately with a lot of different things. We darn near started the house on fire last night. No, not actually, but yeah, I'll be curious to see. I could still faintly smell the burnt grease when I left this afternoon. I'm wondering what it's gonna smell like when I get back there tomorrow night. You know, I'm a little nervous about that. I don't know how long that smell's gonna linger for. I might just have to buy some Febreze and spray that crap everywhere. I don't know. I know that really just masks the scent. But until I have time to really deep clean everything. And it's not like it was like a real thick smoke. Like there wasn't any soot to it or anything. But they still recommend you do like a cleaning of your place after a situation such as the one I went through last night. So yeah, that was my Saturday. I don't anticipate filming a lot tomorrow either, but tomorrow will be actually the last day for this vlog. My first vlog I'll have all the clips by the end of Sunday. We'll see what kind of a mess I've made here. No, I'm probably my harshest critic here, especially considering this is my very first vlog. It's just I'm not wanting to show some things on camera. Like I don't want to show family or work or anything like that. It's just personal preference. Will that change in the future? Who knows? But for right now, that's the way I feel about such things. So I appreciate you, whoever you are watching this, for being patient with me in advance. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow in some way, shape, or form. Hi there. It's Sunday, and you're probably wondering, what are we doing back here? When we said in the last clip that we were going to be running some errands tomorrow towards the area of the hometown. Well, lo and behold, number one, those errands didn't even happen. And number two, I failed to film anything today. I'll be blunt. I had a bit of a downer of a day today. I think this week is just some of the events from the end of this week have just been a lot. The snow causing difficulty with things, and me thinking about doing some things regarding that. Which if I decide to follow through on that, you'll hear about it. If not, then you won't, and I may even forget about it. So this might not make sense in the future. And then the smoke thing, I've had a lot of anxiety about things. You know, it these last few days have really tested what I am capable of. But I do have faith that I will get through this, and that we're gonna be able to make it through winter without struggling too much for shoveling. Um, Did come up with a solution though for that. I'm gonna get one of those power shovels, like an electric shovel. Um, I think I'm gonna buy one of those tomorrow. So if I get one, you'll see that in next week's vlog, of course, because this is the last day for this vlog. I haven't really started the editing process on this vlog yet, so that's a project that I am awaiting. um, and then, what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, just to recap on today, other than some of the mood swings I've had today. Day was all right. Watched a bunch of football. And then my half brother, my brother who's like almost 30 years older than me, was over. And well, really more. I guess like it's like 27-year difference between him and I. So that lifted my spirits quite a bit. My brother Rob, he's he's a joy to be around. I needed that. Honestly, I needed to have a lighthearted conversation today. So that was good. It lifted my spirits quite a bit, and I'm feeling better about things. I think I was probably being a little bit dramatic. But I mean, my emotions were genuine, I feel. It's just, I don't know. Arizona might be calling my name. You never know. Oh boy. But anyways, so that was really my Sunday. I drove back here, which it's about an hour drive, so but yeah, so that was my first vlog. First week of vlogging. A lot happened. And I wish I had filmed more, honestly. And the one thing I've noticed too, as I've kind of been like looking back at clips, is that like I had lots of segments in this vlog that were like incomplete. Like I would start like shots of things. In fact, you might even see that in this vlog a little bit. Like I got a shot of like remote starting like the cars on Saturday, yesterday. And I didn't finish. I didn't document like the shoveling, having to borrow my neighbor's shovel to finish off the job, and moving the cars around and all that jazz. So I was off to a good start with that. I think the grocery store day was honestly the best day for the documentation this week, the prep for the first snowstorm. Oh, and get this, I just figured out that we're gonna get like another couple of inches late this upcoming week. So hopefully that electric shovel that I'm anticipating on getting works good, because I'm gonna need this TV. But TV had a software update, keeps going into a screensaver. Anyways, yeah, hopefully that shovel works good, because I may need it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one for whatever it was, and let's do it again next week. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys later. I'm tired.